Fellow Zimbabweans, my compatriots, today marks 43 years of our independence. A day we should be celebrating the sons and daughters who liberated us from the colonial yoke. One of the key objectives of our protracted war of liberation was the ideal of universal suffrage, that of one man, one vote. Yet 43 years on, our situation is no different. If anything, it has become worse. Basic freedoms are being curtailed at alarming rates. Democratic space has been shrinking with no signs of abating. Those with ideas are denied power. Those in power are bereft of any ideas. As we honor this day, we are reminded that the onerous task of rebuilding our country needs all of us to challenge those masquerading as revolutionaries when they are outright reactionaries and counter-revolutionaries. Their uncontrolled appetite for a one-party state has resulted in human rights abuses, corruption, nepotism, and tribalism. We have failed to build a nation due to an embarrassing sense of entitlement by a few individuals who have behaved like warlords. Recent media revelations expose how the first family has privatized the country into some personal property. They are parceling out our resources and properties like confetti. Our past years have registered uneven development and massive job losses. State-sponsored violence has assumed alarming levels with no sign of de-escalating. Our politics is transacted through a currency of intimidation, abductions, disappearances, and murder perpetrated by the ruling elite. Fellow Zimbabweans, our education system is in intensive care unit where textbooks are not available for our children, buildings are dilapidated, teachers are not properly remunerated, and continuously subjected to intimidation. The health sector is in shambles with no manpower, ill-equipped and poorly stocked with drugs, and yet our leaders can afford obscene luxuries. Our road network is in a state of despair and disrepair. Our state institutions, the judiciary and the security sector are all captured and independent commissions rendered toothless. Our traditional leaders have been turned into party militias to force voters to vote for a given political party and are now active politicians. Fellow Zimbabweans, a stable, transparent, and accountable administration can only be realized if we all put the future of country first by making the right choices in the coming elections. As we prepare to usher in a new administration, let us seriously consider the following issues: implementation of devolution, strengthening of independent commissions, and respect for the principle of separation of powers. Our civil service should never be allowed to be involved in active politics. Ministers and their relatives must not be involved in business with government. Our traditional leaders should stay away out of politics. We demand accountability for all those implicated in the gold mafia scandal. Those holding government offices must be relieved of government duties. Those found guilty must check into Chikurubi and be guests of the state. We demand the immediate release of prisoners of conscience like Job Sikala and all MRP activists. Thank you, ngiyabonga, ndinotenda, nakesha, realeboga, robonga.